All right, so before I start this video, we got another incident uh, um, in our community. So let's take a look.
Enough. Families of people shot in last week's mass shooting in Mechanicsville are now demanding answers tonight. They are putting up a united front calling for justice and accountability. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live from Grady Hospital, where some of those victims are still being treated.
That's right. These families are simply tired of the violence happening in their own neighborhood. That violence led to a 29-year-old woman being treated here tonight at Grady. She is in critical condition. We also know a 17-year-old was shot in the back. They are still being treated here tonight as well.
And I'm torn, I'm hurt, I'm angry.
Families of victims shot at last weekend's Mechanicsville reunion are fed up.
It was a barbecue, it was people playing games.
We know it's always the same thing. It was a barbecue. It was people out there having fun. There were children and babies everywhere, and somebody came shooting out of nowhere, but we don't know who it was, and we don't know what he looked like.
It was family, they were children.
Tabitha Colsey's 29-year-old daughter is fighting for her life at Grady after being shot in the head. She says her daughter, who she's not naming, was a career-driven woman who had big plans for her life.
They took all of that away from my baby. All of that. All of that. She didn't bother nobody. It was the sweetest.
You know one thing I don't see standing up there with her? I don't see a father. I don't see a man. All the men that I see up there are standing in the back, looking just as lost as they are.
This person, I'm gonna keep saying, was the sweetest person you could ever meet.
Two of the victims' families, along with community organizers, are calling for arrests to be made expeditiously, and they're calling for some accountability as well.
We have got to say to the mayor, to city council.
Let me stop you right there, Mr. Funny Glasses. This don't have anything to do with the mayor. This doesn't have anything to do with the city council. This doesn't have anything to do with the police. This has everything to do with the people that live in the communities that this is happening to. Y'all got to stop your own violence. These are people inside of y'all's own communities killing each other. These ain't people from the mayor's office coming down shooting y'all. These aren't people from the police department just walking down the street shooting people. These are the same little monsters that y'all allowed, their parents to raise them and keep having babies like they popping out Skittles because they're trying to collect a check. Like, no, y'all got to stop having these kids that y'all are not willing to raise into actual citizens and adults that benefit society. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So no, Mr. Community Organizer number 2, this doesn't have anything to do with anybody else outside of the community.
To the police chief, this cannot be a business as usual kind of deal.
Atlanta police say they are concerned by how bold the shooting was because they were there at the party.
Yeah, the shooting is bold because these little criminals don't care. They don't care if you out there, pushing your kid down the street on a bicycle, at the ice cream truck getting ice cream, having a party outside. They don't care. They don't have any discipline. They don't have any way to understand what they're doing is wrong because nobody taught them that. They most of the times they coming from these households with a single parent or possibly two parents that just don't know how to parent. They should have never been parents in the first place. So, it's, you call it bold, they call it business as usual, like the other guy said.
They said in a statement, quote, after the event, officers heard multiple shots fired from a parking lot near their location. Officers requested assistance and immediately responded toward the gunfire. Lenny Black's granddaughter was shot in the back. He feels it's time for everybody to just work together.
One thing we have to do is get the streets back.
Man, we've been saying that for so long. We just got to work together. But then people don't want to work together because their ego get in the way. Everybody got to be right. Everybody got to have the solution. But nobody can come together and say, hey, let's brainstorm solutions and actually do something.
We have to do that. We need to start policing our community.
Now, Atlanta police says they do understand the frustration that is coming from these families tonight, but they want to reassure them that they are working.
It's sad that it's still 2024 and we're going through the same thing, and we can't blame black people can't blame anybody else but themselves for this. You can't blame outside organizations. You can't blame outside people. Nobody's picking up these guns and shooting y'all but y'all. That's it. I mean, until y'all decide y'all want to make a change, it's going to keep happening. So, yeah, I guess we'll be back for the next time this happens, because the way that things are going and the complacency the community has, it's going to happen again. But talk to you later.